Most high net worth retirees are sitting on a massive tax time bomb and they don't even realize it. You have done everything right by saving hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in your 401k or traditional IRA, but now you are realizing the IRS is actually your largest beneficiary. I'm Ron Bristol with Advanced Wealth Advice with another personal finance hot take. In today's take, I'll describe 4 chains that keep you enslaved to the IRS and how to break them. And it could save you hundreds of thousands in unnecessary tax payments. Roth conversions are the single best action you can take to control how much your family will ultimately pay to the IRS. But there are a number of things that I have to overcome with my clients to take full advantage of what the IRS is offering them. Chain number 1 is sticker shock. When I sit down with a client and tell them to move $200,000 into a Roth this year, and they'll need to write a check for nearly $50,000 to the IRS, they recoil. And I get it. It's really painful to write that large of a check to the IRS, but you have to keep the long-term view in mind. Giving into this sticker shock kills your long-term wealth because it fails to account for the tax-on-tax effect. In a traditional IRA, every dollar of growth is also a dollar of future tax debt. If you decide to leave that $200,000 in your traditional IRA and it doubles over the next decade, you do not just have more money. You also have a much larger tax bill. By paying the tax now, you are making all future growth on that $200,000 100% tax-free. Chain number 2 is let my kids worry about it. Most high net worth retirees view their accounts as their money, which makes sense. But they forget about the Secure Act and the 10-year rule regarding taxes on retirement accounts after your death. The old rules were that your kids could inherit your IRA and stretch out the distributions from that IRA over their entire lives. So the amount they needed to take out in any one year was pretty low. The Secure Act ended that. The new reality is that most non-spouse heirs have to empty that inherited IRA within 10 years of your passing. If you leave a $2 million IRA to your daughter who is already in her peak earning years as a surgeon or an executive, her distributions from your IRA are stacked on top of her already high salary as ordinary income. She's going to lose nearly half of that inheritance to taxes. This is why high net worth families aren't converting enough. They're thinking about their own tax rate today, not their children's tax rate tomorrow. Consider doing legacy conversions. This is the process of paying taxes at your retired lower rates so your children don't have to pay them at their working higher rate. It is one of the most effective ways to pass on wealth without the government taking a massive cut of it. If your current advisor hasn't mapped out exactly how the 10-year rule will impact your family, you need a second opinion. You can book a call with my team using the link below to get a clear picture of your family's tax future. Now, chain number 3 is letting the calendar drive decisions. Most people and advisors wait until the end of the year to do Roth conversions so they can see how much income they have and how much tax they will owe. It's good to consider, but not usually the best approach. History tells us that in most years, the value of your stocks is going to be higher at the end of the year than at the beginning. While this is certainly a good thing, the average investor is paying more tax on their conversion than they needed to because they're doing the conversion when the stock prices are high. You are converting fewer shares for the same tax hit. It misses out on the power of the tax-free recovery. Instead, you should be ready to convert during market pullbacks. When the S&P 500 or your specific portfolio drops by 10 or 15%, that is a great time for Roth conversions. You're moving shares when they are on sale. When the market eventually recovers, which has happened 100% of the time so far, all of that growth now happens inside of the Roth IRA tax-free, instead of creating a bigger tax liability in your traditional IRA. But you have to find and work with an advisor that is proactive about jumping on these opportunities. For example, if your advisor is planned to convert $100,000 for you during the year, doing it when your shares are valued at $80 instead of $100 means you are moving 25% more shares into the tax-free bucket for the exact same cost. It is a legal way to buy the dip using the IRS's money. Now, chain number 4 is decision reluctance. Many high net worth individuals get stuck because they think the Roth conversion is an all or nothing decision. They think that if they can't convert the whole thing, why bother? Or they worry about losing the money they pay in taxes if the market goes down right after the conversion. This fails because it leads to analysis paralysis. You end up doing nothing for 5 years, and in those 5 years, your IRA grows another 40%, making the eventual tax problem even larger. You are essentially letting the fear of a small mistake prevent you from solving the bigger problem. You don't have to fix the whole problem in 1 year. You just have to make a meaningful dent every year. Work with an advisor who will map out a 5 to 10 year window for you, typically between the time you retire and the time your RMDs start. And it can get even better. If you retire at 62 and don't take Social Security until 70, you have 8 years of artificially low income and therefore tax rates. This is the perfect time to aggressively convert chunks of your IRA while you are in the lower bracket, paying taxes on a schedule that maximizes your benefit instead of benefiting the IRS. High net worth tax planning is about more than just this year's tax return. It's about protecting your life's work from future tax hikes and tax law changes. If you want a customized roadmap that shows you exactly how much to convert and when to do it to maximize your family's after-tax wealth, click the link in the description. We'll hold a short strategy call with you to see if our tax-aware process is the right fit for your goals. You can also visit us at www.advancedwealthadvice.com to learn more about us. I'm glad you decided to check out our hot take videos. I hope you finish each one feeling a little smarter than when you started. Thanks for watching and have a great day.